And welcome back to The Nose Plays Age of Wonders 4. Getting awful close to the end of this particular playthrough. I'm finally back from my vacation. It was pretty good. I had a good time. But I'm also very excited to be back and playing Age of Wonders for the channel again. So you can expect in the next week or so, I'll have several episodes hopefully up. But we'll just have to see what my time is like and how available I am. But I'm definitely going to continue this particular series and possibly start another one once this one is complete. So I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying Age of Wonders, really enjoying the feedback that I'm getting from the viewers that have had a chance to comment. And so if you haven't had a chance to comment, but you're enjoying watching the series, please do leave a comment. Let me know what new things you're learning, or if you have any advice for me as I become a better player over time myself. So, as we left it last week, we had 2 turns before we were going to be able to siege this stack of almost 3 armies. They may actually have a couple of more units recruited before we attack. Keep in mind that 3 stacks is the largest that you can bring to any fight, 18 units. However, summons and other spells may introduce additional units for the battle. Beyond that, you also have defensive structures like ballista towers and whatnot. And we haven't really seen those demonstrated in games. So this is very likely going to be the one that I'm going to actually try to play through. In addition to that, we also have a battle up here that's going to be available in 2 turns, where my 6 stack is going to take on their 6 stack. Looking at their stack, they have 2 support units and a couple of tier 1s, including a scout, and then a single tier 3 protector unit. So not really that scary in terms of damage, although this unit can definitely survive a lot of damage due to its healing sap and aspect of the root abilities. My army, on the other hand, is made up of a level 6 hero, a level 3 archer, tier 3 archer, a single support unit, and then a couple of real low level infantry. So between this and spells, I think we can more than handle that battle. I'm not quite sure what the defenses of that one are going to be like, but it looks like we have a couple of messages over here we should probably take a look at. So free city can be integrated. Let's take a look at that. So for 340 Imperium, we could integrate the city of Thorn, which would grant us another hero, as well as another hero slot. We were waiting for enough Imperium to cast or to do this. So it's going to be 1 turn until we're able to do that, unfortunately. That's going to adjust this. So I know that there is some kind of an economic penalty that we're receiving. City cap is 3. Currently have 4 cities. But I don't see where the actual penalty is being listed anywhere. It's not being listed here yet on any of these values. Maybe it's listed up here. Income from vassals, city income, unit upkeep. Yeah, there's nothing up here specifically that mentions what the penalty is for being over the limit here. So, yeah, I'm not really sure where we're struggling. Um, minus 40 for domain. Yeah, there's nothing there either. So maybe we'll roll over the turn and see what happens. So now if I come back and I look. Okay, so now we have a multiplier that's minus 19. Yeah, so it looked like it took a turn for that to roll over. But now I'm showing negative numbers for all of those. What about here? Okay, so some of these have negative numbers or lower than normal numbers. I'm not sure. I guess if we pay attention real quick here, let's just look at how high. So we're at a multiplier of plus 5, minus 20, minus 3, plus 10, minus 34, minus 21, and 0. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to remove that penalty by grabbing that. And let's see if these automatically adjusted. So yeah, that multiplier definitely, negative multiplier definitely went away. So now all of our outputs are much higher. And I imagine that's also going to be true for the rock. So now the multipliers are all positive again for the most part. Yeah. So that definitely was some kind of a percent-based penalty that we were receiving. Not too shabby. So we're in a pretty good spot here. Let's finish this. We have the option to trade with Cragwell. And they're willing to give us mana crystals, which we really don't need more of, and food for mana crystals, which I'll go ahead and take that trade for now, just to get our population higher so we can grab more of these fish tiles. We have several buildings that need to be built, and we have quite a bit of money, but I could always use more. So let's get the mint started here in this city. That city's still working on the Spelljammer. That city's still working on the Tribunal. We could go ahead and attract that population and look for another fishery. So let's just grab that one. All right, Burden of Guilt has been researched. This is the one that lets us cast 10 spirit damage on an army map. Or a map. Overworld map army is what I was trying to say there. And we're ready for our next research tome. So I believe this is our second tier 3 tome, if I'm not mistaken. I believe last time we took a nature tome. Let's see. Yeah, we took the Tome of Vigor. So either a Materium or another Order tome might be good. Tome of Sanctuary. Create safe haven for all believers, specializing in healing and buffing defenses. Tome of Subjugation. Subjugate raiding tyrant knights. Final ultimatum. The Baron's Palace. Bonus stability. Can only be built in cities of another race. We do have some cities of different races now. Intimidating Aura. That would affect quite a few units in our army. Reduces the morale of nearby units. Basically, morale is akin to damage as well as crit chance to some extent. I can't remember exactly how the formulas work. But the higher your morale, the more likely you're going to land crit chance. or do more damage. Um, there's nothing stopping us from getting one of these other tomes if we wanted, but Terramancy, Seismic Shock, Crushing Earth, Melt Armor, Adaptive Armor, Steel Skin, Transmute Resources. Target friendly city converts mana income, gaining gold, production, and food. Interesting. Transformation. Ah, here we go. Astral Trade Relay, phasing. The phase ability, which allows them to teleport around the battlefield. Support units would have phase. Tome of Summoning. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with one of these two order tomes. This actually seems pretty cool. And this would be good for a couple of our cities, so we'll just take that one. Kind of waffling a little too much here.
To the righteous is given the duty of bringing light.
All right. Oh, that's right. We did take an army underground. Okay. I had forgot about this last turn. Okay. So this is just an outpost. We need to be able to siege this in a single turn. It has 20, and I'm only producing 11. So this is not going to work, and neither are any of these, since I can't afford any of these at the moment, because we're building that building. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, we'll just finish that siege in 2 turns then. Or less. Not sure what happens to that structure once we defeat her other 2. If she gets wiped from the game, I don't know if this becomes a free city or what. I guess we'll find out. Alright. Here comes the big battle. And I apologize, I'm going to be a little bit rusty since I've been gone for a couple of days. And I haven't really played or thought much about this game in a hot minute, so... I got some more research done. Oh, let's go ahead and get that started. And then... Can I cast any spells? Burden of Guilt. I could cast that now. We could also cast Summon Wild Animal... Yeah, I don't have too many. Super Growth, Minor Race Transformation. These are all going to take several turns to get active. So we probably should have done some of these last turn. Unfortunately, I can only cast one of these, but I think I'm going to go ahead and cast Burden of Guilt. And I suppose we'll cast it on this army. So that's going to put just a little bit of damage on all their units before we start this fight. Alright, so we clearly have the advantage, at least according to the computer. This is quite interesting because it's including her army instead of my army. And I'm not sure why it's doing that. She is a level 7 hero, and she does have a tier 3 unit, but this does mean that I can't control this army during the fight. There's no way to scroll. Quite curious. I wonder if it's just picking the 3 most powerful armies in terms of like this army score. I'm not really certain. We're going to manual combat this just so we can see it, since it's the beginning of the video, and I should have time to actually do one of these. Now, this could end very poorly for me. Okay, so they do actually have these ballista towers, and it looks like they're units that can be used to attack me, so that's interesting. I am curious to see how well the AI plays the blue allies, and whether or not they give me control of them or... Oh, this is quite disorienting with all the motion going on here for all their armies. I'm not sure I like that at all. Like, the camera's just like wiggling around here. Okay, well, a lot of their defenses have been knocked down, so that's interesting. We have no spells to cast this first turn. So I guess we'll just kind of move from bottom to top. It does not appear that I get to move the blue units. So yeah, we'll just kind of move from bottom to top here and sort of see how we might want to position all these units. So in this army, we have a melee hero. Pretty sure that's a melee hero, yeah. A shield unit and a fighter unit. This fighter unit has a ranged attack. It looks like a ranged attack. What is this? Frigid Belch. Unit gains strengthened, sundered. Huh. Okay, so we get plus 10% damage. Enemies get sundered defense. 6 cold damage. And a 1 hex radius. He does not quite have enough movement to get up here. So we're going to want to position these guys basically to block their frontline attackers and use our archers to either kill the frontline attackers or kill their archers if we're capable of doing that. Let's just take a look here. I do have 3 shots on this wolf at 60%. It's a long-range shot, which is why we have the minus 40% penalty. If I move here, it moves to 80% on 2 shots. I think I would rather take 3 shots at 60%. And then I don't even have to move this unit. So yeah, that makes sense. Let's go ahead and take that. All right, we got kind of lucky there. All 3 shots landed. This unit can move in and get a little bit of chip damage in. And basically pin this unit. Or I could just move up and put myself in defense mode. How much damage can this character get? Quite a bit, actually. So we're only going to be able to take a single attack, but it's a charge attack. So we don't get the bonuses for extra attacks like you normally would with this type of a character because of their weapon. We gain extra damage by moving extra tiles, essentially. So if I move there, go ahead and take this. That'll pretty much kill that wolf. Okay. We'll just get in here and smack him. Get him a little bit weaker. This unit can move up here and sort of block these spiders. So they're not going to be able to move around him very easily unless they have the slippery traits, which I don't think they do. I don't see it. Yeah, Swift is not slippery. Let me see. This unit has slippery. Skirmisher units always have slippery. I was trying to see if there's an icon that denotes that's quick and easy to spot, but I don't see it over there. So this guy shouldn't be able to get around me too easily. That means that this guy might be able to finish this wolf off. Not quite. Alright, I'll move this guy over here. We'll just put him in defense mode. This guy can go into defense mode. This guy can get in there and attack him, but before he does, we should probably take some shots with this guy. I have no range there. I can get a 60 there and an 80 there. 80 seems to be the best. Tracker's Mark. Interesting. Okay. Cooldown of 2 turns. This is our main hero here. Alright, so if we move him there, I can Tracker's Mark that if I wanted to, or hold it for the next. I think I'm going to hold it for the next a more powerful enemy. And then we'll just move these guys into combat with those guys. Alright, so what do we want to do with my hero? How many times can I cast the phase ability? 2 turn cooldown. So I could phase behind this and get a flanking attack on this, or I could just charge it and almost knock it out. I could also attack the tower. Rally defenses, bolstered resistances. Yeah, no, I think we're gonna probably just charge that, but before I do that, nah, let's just go ahead and do it. I'm wasting too much time here. Get into combat with those guys. Send these guys here to prevent the spiders from charging my archers. Let's kind of move these archers down. I don't have a very good chance of hitting, but yeah. I don't think I want to bolster defenses here. Actually, this only has a 1-turn cooldown, though. Nah, I want to do it in a better position, so we'll wait. And that ends my turn. No, hold on a second. Who can still act? This unit? Yeah. Now we're ending your turn. Okay. And as you can see, this is going to take a while, especially since I'm waffling a lot on these decisions. But eventually, we'll come up with some good tactics and strategies. And to be perfectly honest, I really don't care what happens to this blue army, because at the end of the day, they're just one of our vassals, so there's not going to be much to attack them. They really don't need the defenders anymore. Alright, spells are being cast here. Burning. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the animations a little bit to help this go by a little quicker. I just noticed something. Once we get to our turn, I'm going to make some adjustments. So this is, see if we can adjust these graphics just a little bit. Still not quite there. What is causing... soft particles, reflection, volumetric lighting? Let's see if that gave me anything. Did not appear to give me any. I'll go ahead and set it back to X. All right, well, I feel like we should be getting more frames per second than that, but either way, let's go ahead and get our turn underway. So it looks like we have some injured units. That was sort of to be expected since we're the aggressors here. But they've already lost at least one unit, and soon to be two. So, let's go ahead and figure out what kind of spells we want to cast. What do the archer battlements do? Units standing in this position gain % damage and range on their physical ranged attacks. Okay, so that's cool. So these battlement areas basically make your archers more effective. Alright, so I think this attack works pretty good for her. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at my spells real quick. So we still have Call to Glory, Mark of Prey. Mass Condemnation is a 1 hex radius that does 10 damage to all units and condemns. Do we have any good candidates? So I could hit 3 of them here if I cast it there. I could hit 2, 1, 2. It looks like the only space where I could hit more than 3 might be over here. Nope, not even this spot. But I could hit all of those. Okay, I think I really want to do Call to Glory. And primarily on like my ranged units would be nice if I could get all of them boosted. So let's try to do a Call of Glory like right over here maybe. Let's see. If we move... Oh, interesting. So my archers have been pinned. I can see that they have some status effects. I don't know what all these symbols mean, so let's take a look. What's going on here? So they're distracted. Okay, they're immobilized. And I don't see any other status effects. Oh, sundered defense. Okay, so they have -4 sundered defense and status resistance. Yikes. Okay. However, I can take 3 shots at that spider, so that's going to do a pretty good job there. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's get these 3 guys boosted up. Does that mean I want to move this guy? Yeah. Before I do that, let's move him there. Let's move him there. And then let's go ahead and cast that. He can go ahead and boost all these guys' defenses. And now I can get those 3 shots off here. And I can get 2 more shots off here to kill this. That's 1 more down. He can push into combat here. This unit has aspect of the root, so if we take a bunch of attacks here, so maybe it would be better to just move like to this position, and this is going to prevent him from getting to any of my units because of the way that the zone of control works. So this unit's going to control all these tiles around me. That means if he moves into those tiles, he's going to stop his movement. So in order to get to my archers, he's going to have to walk all the way around, which is going to reduce his movement enough that it's not going to happen. So this is a good spot for him. I can go ahead and go into defensive mode. If he attacks me with that unit, we'll take some damage, but I'll heal it off with this, and we'll be in good shape. Alright, over here, if I can kill this unit with these guys, then I can use my hero to either take down the ballista tower or get into the back line. So that's good. The hero can destroy the ballista tower pretty easily, or I could do some damage to that. I think I'm going to just take the free kill on the ballista tower. Alright, these guys... looks like they've also been immobilized and are on fire. So unfortunately, they're not going to be able to take any significant actions this turn. However, we do have healing sap. I have no friendly adjacent units. That's unfortunate. Not having a friendly adjacent unit here is allowing this guy to potentially be killed. Alright, well, we can get into melee combat with these archers, so that'll help. The Brewer Ogre can't do much. Alright, let's go ahead and move these guys up to here. We should be able to kill that unit. Okay, so from this position I can get a single shot at 100% or 2 shots at 60. I kind of want to take the 2 shots at 60. So let's go ahead and move up and take those and see what we get. And then this character already moved apparently. All of her action points are gone, so I must have already done that attack. How much health am I missing? I am missing 30 health, so I could do this, get my health back. What is... Random Monster Keeper uses Mark as prey. Okay. So she cast Mark as prey on somebody, but I didn't really... I guess it was whatever unit it was jumping to over there a second ago. Alright, I think we're in a pretty good position. Let's go ahead and end the turn. I'm afraid we're going to lose our Yetis before they do anything. Yeah, for some reason, we're getting really, really low frames per second today, and I'm not 100% sure why. I might have to look into that, because it was definitely higher before. Okay, where are we at here? So actually, our Yeti didn't die, so that's good. We do have more spells to cast. So those guys aren't quite grouped up enough to make that worthwhile. This guy could definitely smash this, but I'm also thinking maybe we smash it with that and then he can use the healing spell to heal her back up. Oof. I get a lot of damage on that hero though. I think we'll kill this archer. Move this unit here and cast that to get her healed. We can move this up here and get 2 attacks on that archer unit, which kind of pins them down. Alright, what is my Yeti gonna do? My Yeti could get over here and get healed by this guy, so that might be good. can get a flanking attack on this spider. Before I forget, we can move this guy into that position. Is that safe? Yeah, that's safe to cast my healing spell when I'm ready. Alright, this archer has a really good chance of just destroying that. So let's just do that. This archer can move to there, pretty much get that unit killed. Finish it off with this. Alright, that looks good. We can move all the way around here and pretty much kill those archers or do some damage to the birds. Now, it looks like a bunch of these units have the little foot flashing. That means they've lost enough morale that they're going to retreat from the fight. Let's go ahead and weaken these birds because we can get a flank attack on them. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we can stand on top of the battlements. Interesting. Okay. What else do we have left? I still have spells to cast. Mass Condemnation. I should? I thought I could get 3 damage. Who's left to take actions? So we have an archer that hasn't moved yet. Perfect. Gets rid of another one of those units. This archer. Oof. Can't quite really get into range of anybody, but I think it's probably safe to go right here and take a shot at this guy. So let's do that. And then this guy has 1 point of movement left. If I move to this spot, I could heal both the hero and the Yeti at the same time, which I definitely want to do. And then my hero can charge in here and take this guy out, or do a little bit of damage to that. Let's just go ahead and kill this archer. Do we have any other spells that are worth casting? Unleash the beast. Let's just go ahead and cast this over here because we can kill one of those units and condemn the other ones. And end the turn. So we should see their enemies retreat. Nice. Alright, the enemy is fleeing. Do you wish to claim victory and end the battle immediately? We'll just go ahead and say yes, since we have other battles to do. And so this was a perfect situation where you can win the battle without actually killing everybody, just by breaking everybody else's morale. So morale does play a bigger role in the game than it has in the past, which is cool. We leveled up a couple of units. Quite a few units, actually. So that's good. And she didn't lose any of her units either, so all in all, not a bad... Oh, look. 1 unit left. We'll auto-combat that. Now the city is ours. We can vassalize the city, which I think we should do. don't think that these guys have enough movement to get close enough for this battle. Let's go ahead and auto-combat that. I will definitely take that result. And we will vassalize that city as well. And last but not least, I wanted to see what happened here. So she still has a city, even though she has not officially been knocked out of the game yet, it looks like. And that's because she's actually in this city. Okay. So that's going to make things a little more difficult. She has two very powerful heroes. I do have a pretty powerful stack, though, so I should be able to take out two heroes with my spells. She's going to... Okay, so this is the option I was telling you about before. So at some point when you get them down to the very end, a lot of times they will offer to basically become a vassal. And so I can become her overlord, and she'll just be a free city vassal, kind of like any of the other ones from that point forward. Or I can just wipe her out. It's up to me. So I gotta make the decision, and I think we're just gonna finish her off. These guys can just wait a turn. This army needs to start moving towards this underground passage, I believe. And because we'll claim this territory in 2 turns, we can heal up while we're there. This army can just hold this position for now. Okay, we got a lot of characters that have leveled up. New skill point. I do like a lot of these. Target friendly unit gains 10 temporary health and regeneration could be good. I think we'll just go with Feudal Ruler. She's a melee unit, so. Okay, our ruler leveled up, and we're at level 7 now. True Sight, defensive training. We'll take Feudal Ruler as well. This hero leveled up. She's level 3 now. I can't remember. Is she... She is the governor of a city, so let's go ahead and become the Lord of Magic. Which will boost our economy a little bit. Not that we really need it. But we might as well get all these lords picked up. Only the feudal civic allows you to do the lords like that, which are really good governors, basically. Empire development has been unlocked. What do we got? Gain more grievances. Okay, this one is really cool. Gain a bunch of knowledge. And we have some remains. So we've killed another hero. They had a poison orb. They have some interesting tomes. What is this? Siegebreaker tome, Wand of Provocation, and extra 10 combat casting points. And lightning immunity. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll definitely sell the remains. And by selling the remains, we can also now look at our heroes. And equip some of these items. Locket of Channeling is pretty cool. Siegecraft is important. Grants a 90% chance of inflicting taunt. Sure. I'll just put them all on him for now. Oh, and then we also got a warg. So we can upgrade one of our heroes' mounts to a warg, potentially. We'll give the warg to the cat. This actually works really well because the warg, I believe, gets the howling ability, maybe? So that'll essentially give her or him a melee attack, which is kind of nice. All right, we have a bunch of money, so we need to boost some production buildings. The fishmonger gives us more food income. This does the granary, but also the Lord's Manor, which gives 100% income from our governor. I want to say... Where does it show me that? Yeah, somewhere on here. I thought there was a really easy place to see what the governor's outputs were. Maybe it's under cities? Nope. Oh, I know there was a quick way to see what the governor's bonuses were for the city. Yeah, I'm not sure where that's at. It might just be... Do I have to go to this page? Excuse me. I know there's a spot somewhere. I know it. I've got to find it. It's driving me nuts now. Yeah, I just can't seem to find where it is showing me. Oh, there it is. I found it. Perfect. So this is what I wanted to show you. So she's the Lord of Crops. That's why she has this big bonus to crops. This guy is the Lord of Research or something like that. And then this one might be the Lord of Mana Crystals. Yeah, the Lord of Magic. So each hero that takes on one of those lordly titles gets a big bonus to one of the production values for their city. And those can be enhanced, which is why I thought of it, by this building, the Lord's Manor. So this is going to double the output of all of those. All of these get doubled, essentially. And this one in particular is pretty big, as will be these other ones for the characters that have those. And there's one Lord for each type. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there are 5 different Lords, each with their own production bonus that they're granting to their city. That the feudal empires get, which is kind of cool. I do like that. It's a pretty straightforward bonus, so we can spend a little Imperium here and grab another territory for Solville. So looking at the map here, does it not appear that there are any tiles that I can grab that have like a special booster of any kind in them. So all of those tiles have already been taken except for this one, which hasn't been cleared yet. In that case, it makes sense to sort of look at what we already have built and build something we're short on. So I can see from this that we have no lumberyard and we only have one of these quarries. So a lumberyard or a quarry would be ideal. And there's plenty of lumberyards over here. This is the only thing that can be built in that tile. So let's go ahead and grab that. I call it a lumberyard. It's actually a forester in the game, but lumberyard makes more sense to me. All right, well, we still have a little bit of money. We can build another mint. So let's, ooh, a tithe shrine. That's a cheap one that hasn't been built yet. So we should definitely consider getting that out of the way. And if I thought about it, I might have built the quarry instead because it would have been boosted by getting both of those. But efficiency isn't the most important detail at the moment. Okay, so we have a couple of big, powerful spells. This super growth is pretty cool. This is just going to add more hit points and retaliation attacks to our units. This is pretty powerful with your shield units. So if you've leveled up a lot of your pikemen as the Feudal Empire, and then you get this ability, those pikemen turn into pretty powerful shield units. It's also going to be really good for our entwined protectors. So let's go ahead and cast that. It's pretty expensive. And then once that's finished casting, we'll consider casting something else. Okay. Close. What do we got here? The Greater Good. Visors of Eastwatch announce costly plans to import food. We've seen this one before. We have an 80% chance to have a positive effect, 20% chance to possibly lose one order affinity. I'm going to go ahead and risk it. All right, cool. So we got the positive effect. That's good. The rally has started, so now we have all these units that we can summon another army with. As you can see, our income is 300 a turn. So having another army would not be detrimental to us in any way. We have 21 rally points. So we basically grab this entire stack if we wanted to. Let's see how much it would cost. So we only have 300 gold this turn. So I could basically summon 1, 2, 3, 4. I could summon 4 of these tier 2 units if I wanted to. So a War Shaman, a ranged, a fighter, a Sun Priest, an Ogre. Let's grab the Daylight Spearman, the Butcher Ogre, a Fury, and a War Shaman. And we should be able to do some more next turn. We don't have any money for this now, so that's fine. This army can move. This army can also move. Okay, those armies can wait. And actually, this army needs to wipe these guys out. Let's see what the auto combat gives us. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Alright, so we could lose some mana crystals to gain some alignment. Go ahead and do that. What is our goodness at now? We're at 25. We could raise this outpost to the ground, which I think would be the best course of action. We don't really need this outpost here. We could also capture it. Does it make sense to even bother capturing it, though? I mean, I guess it does give us a spot to heal and a base of operations right at the entrance here before we move on to this guy. So I suppose that's fine. All right, we do have one free Whispering Stone. But we have 2 cities that need them. Let's see where my other Whispering Stone's at. So Silville, Thorn. Okay, so we can take it away from Silville and give it to somebody else. So where is Silville at? Here we go. So this city, we can withdraw the Whispering Stone. Our approval or stability is pretty decent at the moment. And then if I go to free cities, this is the other villainous goblin tribe that we just vassalized. We can give them a Whispering Stone as well. I'm not going to bother looking at trade deals right now. And that puts us just over an hour, so I think this is a pretty good place to go ahead and wrap this one up. We'll finish this turn off. Ooh, okay, so yeah, they got some good gear on these heroes that we killed. So this one's in the crypt. Oh, look at all these ones in the crypt. I haven't been paying attention to this. Okay. I was just looking at the prison recently, but yeah, there's a lot of heroes in the crypt here, which probably have a lot of gear. This is the one guy, Bexton Acker. He was our hero that died when she took over that city the first time. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to take some time and look at this off camera and see if there's any gear that we want to maybe get off of these guys and put on our own heroes. But this is something that I sort of missed up until just now. Also, our throne city, the Rock, might want to produce this building. So it's 2 mana a turn and we can resurrect heroes that have died. We only need 50 gold to do that, but we'll have to wait till next turn to get it. Also, we now have the ability to build the Grand Estate, since we exceeded 15 population just recently, actually. So that's something else to keep in mind. Alright, and then I'm just going to leave you here for a turn. So yeah, I think this is a good place to go ahead and end the turn. We've wiped out 2 of the other players. There's only 1 player left. We should be able to finish him off in the next episode or 2. So now's the time. If you have any recommendations for the next series, definitely put it in the comments section. But I'm going to see if I can figure out why my... because on the world map here, yeah, on the world map, you guys can't see my FPS counter, but on the world map, we're getting, 70 plus FPS. It only seems to be in the battles where it's dipping below 70 FPS. So I may have to make some adjustments to the graphics during the battles to make sure that we're getting the best performance we can. Because it did look a little choppy even for me. And it's probably because we're streaming and recording and all of that at the same time. So, but I'll make some adjustments to that if it looks too choppy when I go back and watch the YouTube video. But that wraps it up for tonight. Until next time, this has been The Nose Plays, and you guys have a wonderful day.